There is a silence only light can speak, and a memory that only shadow can hold. Photography, particularly black and white photography, for me is just so rich. I've been looking at my archive of my black and white analog work, and every time I do, I remember why I fell in love with photography, especially with black and white film photography, because it strips everything down to what truly matters: light, form, feeling. It's honest, It doesn't distract, it just reveals. Each of these frames is like a whisper from a world I once wandered through. With curiosity, just learning how to see. Every frame is like a mirror, a question, an answer, a tree, a forgotten street, a face. I did not know back then that in capturing others, I was also capturing pieces of myself. Black and white is not just a style, but a way of remembering. 10 Grant says, when you photograph people in color, you photograph their clothes. But when you photograph people in black and white, you photograph their souls. I mean, that is so true. I've also seen that in the absence of color, something deeper speaks. These photographs were born in the dark, in quiet rooms, with smells of chemicals lingering in the air, the sting of fixer on my fingerprints, processed with hands that were still learning. There were mistakes, some prints were too dark, exposures too thin, edges stained by carelessness. But even in those flaws, there was beauty. Film has taught me patience, presence, and trust. It has taught me to slow down and to observe and to honor the moment before it passes. The camera is an extension of my eye. This tool has taught me not only how to see, but it has taught me knowledge of self. It has shown me that I am not just creating photographs. These are like fragments of who I am, when the eye that frames the world is suddenly framed by it. My creative process is never linear. Sometimes it involves breaking things apart and rebuilding them back together. Just like in the darkroom, each choice leaves a trace, and slowly, from these small gestures, a story is stitched together in silver and paper, a love letter to the analog world that shaped me. Today, I return to these images not to relive the past, but to reclaim something I lost: simplicity, stillness, a kind of knowing that only black and white can hold. You see, the world doesn't need to shout to be remembered. Sometimes it's in the grain, the blur, the imperfect exposure that reminds us that photography is not perfection. It is a conversation with time, with chance, and with light itself.